Hi everyone, I'm Sifu Leo, and today we got Sifu Siukee with us again. Today we are going to talk about Wing Chun Tan Sau. Tan Sau is almost the first technique in our Wing Chun first form. So I want to know how Sifu Siukee think about how to apply the internal in Tan Sau.
With the Tan Sau, what I see the Tan Sau as being is sort of the primary bridges where we use it for interception. So if we use something for interception, we must have structure and we must have the power to withstand at a minimum forward force. So but from a perspective of dealing with energy as a whole, we must be able to deal with energy whether it's coming from the side, whether it's coming straight down, or whether it's actually going forward. Obviously the easiest way to deal with power is when we have linear power, because it just goes straight in there.
Yes.
But from a combat perspective, we can't always hope to have the power coming in linear, because
yes.
Sometimes when the power comes in, it's coming in for a grab. It was never really, the intention was never really a strike. So it's not saying a strike coming from an angle, it was just a grab to our bridges. So if we were using a tan to intercept, that tan would have to deal with a grabbing intent. So from an internal perspective, for us it's really about how we utilise the 5 tendons in our hand to be able to create a structure. So what we see from the tan position is what we call a bow structure, just because of the actual way it bows here, that when we have something that's uniform, even though we know where the centre of the ball is, or the bow, it's hard to get to it. It's like, so we have a soft yoga ball, for instance, we push it, we know where the centre is, we just can't break into it. So it's not about giving a straight edge where somebody can actually break our structure. If we round off the structure for the tan, then the tendons here, what they allow is, it's almost like we're taking strands of elastic strands there, and we're just expanding the ball. So when you expand it like elastic band, if you make it taut, what you get is that you get a sort of like a spring effect, like an elastic effect. This is why I say when people, they use a lot of their, especially when people use hard style, the hard internal style.
Yeah, the Gar and this sort of thing,
yeah,
the forearm.
You'll see the tendons come to surface, and when you hit somebody who uses that type of engine, or they express power that way, it bounces off them, because it's a bit like a trampoline. If you tighten a trampoline, then you'll bounce high,
yes.
but you'll feel that bouncing, so it doesn't feel different to if you're holding a clenched fist.
Yes.
The
Static tension.
Yeah. So when you hit somebody with that sort of thing here, you get something like a bouncy, a hard bouncing effect, and this is what I think was how
the major difference between the internal and external expression.
Absolutely.
That's great. Okay, how about we do some demonstration to show the audience, actually how do we apply?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's see a bit.
Okay, if we look at the Wu Sau in the first form. Now, the very first bridging sequence, what we have is that we have the double Gan Sau. As I said, my interpretation is that the Gan Sau is our Wu Sau. But what it's shown you in the fact that it's actually coming down, i.e. the ploughing hands of the Gan, is that the Wu Sau goes downwards. Now, as we spoke about in the Tan Sau, if we have downward resistance, because the Tan moves upwards, it can break through resistance moving upwards. And for our Wu, we have the opposite, where the Wu wants to move downwards. Now, if we just demonstrate how the Wu does that, if we look at, say, a structure here, where I'm pressing down on Sylvester's arm, it's not going to budge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double that structure up, so that there's resistance against me pushing that hand downwards. Now, if we look at a system, a gate system here, if I'm defending with my Tan, I'm coming up. If I'm defending with my Wu, it's coming down. So if you hold that position, Sylvester, hold it steady. If I want to bring my Wu downwards, then that resistance will not hold. So this is what it is about the Wu, is that it actually guards this part or guards space on a downward direction. So if we're looking at why it works, is because I'm not actually pulling it downwards, I'm actually just rotating the body to the side. So if I do it slowly, it doesn't take strength to do it, it just takes the body mechanics of just rotating the body. Thank you.
Hi everyone, today we want to talk about the Tan Sau. The Tan Sau, I've heard a lot of people, they have problem because I heard some people they say going forward, some people they say going sideways. So basically, if you're going forward, if people they're doing crossing like boxing punch, they were able to go across your arm and attack you. If you're just going sideways, you open the center line. So either way, it's not totally correct. The internal way to do it is I use the waist to doing the turning, but I use the hip to doing forward. So this means I got two energy into the arm. So I can block sideways force, but also I can go forward at the same time. So for example, let's say Chris, he attacked me, I defense in this way, right? So basically I need the sideways force to stop him crossing this way. So what I do is I using my waist here. He push, I turn. Now I'm already able to take it. Okay, but this is not enough because he will keep going forward. If I just pushing sideways, he can do it. But if I use the hip to go forward, now I can attack him at the same time. So basically, I don't even need to step forward. You can see he attacked me. I still have to turn. Then now I get his center already. Understand? So basically, the Tan Sau is actually have the sideways force and forward force. I just interested cover this area. So Tan Sau is always like, for example, doesn't matter whatever he attack. As long as he's on this side, I just have to use the Tan Sau and then I can step in. Can you see that? His feet is going forward and back, turning and backward as well. So this is how Tan Sau works. Hopefully give you some good idea. Thank you.